you know, I'm at that point where I'm like, anything that feels aligned, I'm like, let's go for it. And I think that's a good energy to have. So I just feel like, why am I going into the burning building? It's my birthday month, so I've just been trying to enjoy myself a little bit and also just connect with my interests and my passions, one being content creation, learning how to photograph and like get really good at video editing, just doing a bunch of like projects that I've always like felt compelled to, and like I just always felt like I was like, oh, I'm too busy with school, I'm too busy with this and that. Like now I have zero excuses. I have the time, I have some like money I've saved up, but not enough to be like going on, I don't know, like I know a lot of people after grad do like traveling and stuff, whereas I did do like my whole, it's gonna come up, it's about 1.5 years ago that I studied abroad in that was part of my last year of school, and I really like got my travel bug out. But I'm getting to this point where I'm just like, now that I'm like trying to just develop my skills with like photography and like videography, it makes me so excited for like the next trip, I don't know, in the future, because I want to vlog and like just make something beautiful. Like I don't know, I'm just super excited for like, I feel like the skills I'm honing during this time. I had like this amazing cake that was Earl Grey and lemon, and it was so cute, like it was so cute, I loved it. So I had a lot of fun there. I did like a lot of journaling. Basically my partner, so sweet, got me film for my birthday as my gift, and that included like 35mm film for my camera, but also we both have Instax minis, so he got me some Instax mini film to take out when I went out with friends. And so yeah, before that rudely died on me, I was showing my journal. I've just been journaling a lot. These are some photos from my birthday, and it was so fun, and they turned out super cute, and they're just perfect for journaling. Or this is another super cute idea for like relationships, or like long distance is when we started this, when we were long distance, just having a journal. I ended up making a digital journal on Notion as well, and like that was a little bit easier to be like updating, because if you aren't gonna see each other for like a few months, like unless you want to be old school and mail the journals back and forth, it's kind of not the most convenient. But I think you can just really do what you want, and so I just got us like 2 of these good old little journals, and then we've just kind of over the months, even now we're in person, we've just kind of been trading them every now and then we'll write in them, or we end up putting like photos and things. But I did inspire him in the most like recent rendition of our journals. He like put envelopes with some photos, And basically because I did that in one of the, I did that earlier. This was like an earlier one. I put this envelope in, and then I made us like a zine. I put some photos and stuff in there. I love it. I always loved those like pull-out books when I was a kid, and it reminds me of that. But he took a little note from my book this time, and he put some envelopes, and he said, this is so cute. He said, "These are the pictures I kept in my wallet as I flew across oceans of salt water and sand. I want new ones every year." And it's like arrow, arrow. And then he said, "I love you, cariñosa." And they have some photos inside. I don't know. I love a good journal. A new recent spread I did was collecting the boxes of film that I've used and writing a bit of notes of what I liked about it and like what occasion I ended up like shooting it at. So I made that a thing. He got it now. He started to put little scrap things and like little cards from like restaurants we go to. So that's the journal life. It's so fun, and I just love it because, you know, I love writing generally, but there's something about also just collecting like the little scrap things and like making spreads out of them. And you know, like if you go to like a restaurant, you get like a cool card, or like stickers are super popular. I love them. They go in here. Basically, I feel like what's been getting me through this time is just like reminding myself that I'm living like my dream life right now. Like taking steps toward my dream life every day. I know it's not something that's sustainable. Like I am trying to get a job because I do need money to support myself and my future, you know, of course that's on the table. However, just reminding myself like, okay, this period of time isn't going to last forever, so really like do the things that you've been wanting to do now. Pour this energy and this time that you have and pour it into, you know, all these like facets of like creativity and imagination and my dreams, and take those small steps towards my bigger dreams. And as a creative person, I have like so much that I want to do. This is something my partner and I talk a lot about, or he has like this fear of like, I have so much I want to do, and like I'm never gonna be able to accomplish it all, and la la la, and it's kind of becomes depressing for him. And I think a huge thing is figuring out too like where your priorities lie, and like when, even if you are like working full-time, like when can you take those moments like a creative vacation. I've heard of that, like some things that artists do where they take off like a major chunk of time and then they work on like a craft during that time. I don't know. Or like how are you going to implement that in your week to week, so that even if it's not like a full-time thing, you are like still pouring into yourself and your practice. And I've realized now that that is what is important. How do you create a sustainable practice for yourself because you have to like act as if like you already have, you know, this platform that you wish you did, that you already have a sense of community, you already have XYZ. You just have to like start creating as if you have that already, because if you never fully, you know, commit and put yourself into your work and take it seriously, then like it isn't going to amount to anything. You know, like I just like the knowledge base that I have here is here and it needs to be here, I feel like. So instead of getting daunted by that and being like, oh, I'm never gonna do it, I need to be like, we're gonna stay consistent with this and we're gonna keep learning, we're gonna keep making art, even if it's not what is living in my head right now, even if it's not looking spectacular. And I really wish, I feel like so many artists can relate to this, like the idea of like you have a vision in your mind and you're just like, I want to make that. I don't want to go through the whole technical aspects of like learning how to edit, learning how to color grade. Oh, you know, it feels like it's, I have a vision and I want to make this vision, and like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take a long time to learn. And good thing I'm only 24, right? Like I hope I have the time to really bring my visions to life. And I think it gets overwhelming when you're like in a like more freer period where you, for example, I'm unemployed, so I have more time than the average person. It can also just feel overwhelming when I'm like, okay, but like it takes time to learn, so I actually need this time. Yeah, I had a nice chat with my other friend who is unemployed, and we were kind of talking about how, yeah, a lot of people will go and say like, enjoy, like rest, you know, enjoy this time that you have off, and I like agree with that. At the same time, it can be difficult when it's just like there's uncertainty of you don't know how much time you do have. So like, how do you like plan that accordingly? Because at the same time, you do need time and energy to put into finding a job, and it almost feels like a part-time job just doing that, writing, like searching job boards, writing your cover letters. And that was something where, yeah, I'll admit I was feeling like a bit of a sense of defeat, because I was like, I am putting the time in every week. I've been doing the things. I haven't been just like hearing back from a bunch of them, and I know this is like literally how it goes, but it is hard. It is tough. It can be disheartening for sure, even if you're like me and like my friend per se, where we live at home. We are very privileged in that sense that I'm not having to worry about like bills and like cost of living as much, because I have support of my family. And so of course I'm a lot more comfortable than other people may be in this type of situation. But yeah, it's almost like I think everyone gets those kind of doubts of like, is this how I should be spending my time? And like, okay, trying to find the balance between rest and productivity, because I'm not on a vacation right now. I don't know when this is gonna end, so like maybe I should, you know. But like the biggest thing for me has been like scheduling in like time for job searching, having like a specific day, a few hours on a day that I'm like really focused on that, and looking on the job boards, and then having other days where I'm really focused on my content, my passion projects. I had a short interview to be like a skate event assistant, which is super exciting because I've thought about like doing that kind of role for a while. I thought even it's a casual, like mostly on weekends because that's when the events are. So I've thought about doing that role for a while, because like skate support, like giving new people who might just be stepping on the rink for the first time some tips. And I do really like sharing any knowledge. Like I think this time has also made me realize that like I totally could see myself teaching into the future, and like that's something like on my channel you know, I'm probably gonna do, with sharing like advice and sharing just things I've learned. I love it. I love sharing things I've learned and tips, right? And I mean, that's why I love YouTube. Like I learned so much on this platform, and it's from other people's experiences, and like it's just like I don't know what I would do without YouTube now, I'm realizing. But yes, I am really like, I have hopes for this job, but I was supposed to hear back on this past weekend and I didn't hear anything from them, so I'm a little bit concerned. It's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'd get it. Like I know the place really well, I know the people really well, so I'm just kind of like, okay, what I've learned with like most job things is it like a lot of the time things get delayed. So I'm just gonna be patient with this one as well. But honestly, yeah, it just feels like doing this kind of job would be so exciting for me because it's a passion of mine. And I know, like, I think I'm treading the line of like learning what it's like to like take something you love and enjoy and then turn that into a job. Like I'm gonna be working. I have to remember that. Like I'm not there just to skate and have fun. Like I'm there to work and ensure that like the event goes smoothly. But I just think I would still like have so much fun with it. I listened to this great podcast in the psychology of your 20s, and it was actually all about this concept and the stress of finding like your purpose, and finding your purpose in your job or a career or a calling, and yeah, basically having a job is just something you do to like pay the bills. Having a career is something you're passionate about, and you know, it might, maybe you're not making that much money or as much, or you're working really hard, but it's something you're passionate about, so like you do it every day and you show up to it. And then like having a calling is just like something, you know, not anyone's gonna necessarily pay for you to do, but it is something you have to do, like you feel called to do it in your life. And so she's talking about how like writing was a calling for her for a long time because no one's paying her to do it, but like now she gets paid, she's a paid writer. And like just talking about like the differences between those, and I think that is like, it just like resonated very deeply with me, because I'm like, that is what I'm like kind of struggling with right now. The idea of like, do I just find a job just to like make some money, or do I like, I don't know, I think as many people do at the end of like, I've graduated, I've gotten my degree, I am ready to start my career. Like I'm ready to find something that aligns with me, that I feel passionate about, and that I can see myself working in for like quite a few years of my life. Or even like, I feel like what a lot of us are under the impression from our parents' generation is something that you could see yourself working for the rest of your life, maybe until you retire, you know. So like that puts so much pressure onto it. But lately I've been thinking about the idea too of like, oh, maybe I just need to find a job, and I might switch it in a few years. Would still like to find a job that I feel like somewhat passionate about and feel like my values align with it. And then my calling, aka like my art, my creation, my creative work, I will continue to do with this job. So yeah, the things that are keeping me happy are essentially like doing my volunteering jobs. I have the space to myself to really pour into the areas that are important to me right now, but I'm also being able to like learn some new skills and make some new connections. That's really important. And I also am learning a lot of skills on my own. Like Monday today, I primarily have a day to myself at home. So again, like I've been doing like Spanish learning. I've been really into learning about women's health and like menstruator health. That has been a huge topic for myself as someone who's been like learning fertility awareness, as someone who is just like super interested in cycle syncing. Now actually like using it seriously, and I realized so much of my anxiety just came around like a lack of knowledge. So it's something I'm super passionate about, and that's one of my volunteer positions too, has been working with the Women's Center at my university. It's hard because I'm going to be leaving that position soon, and I feel like I'm going to be losing a huge sense of community and like this collective that I was a part of. And yeah, I'm like trying to just appreciate it in the last like month or so that I'm a part of this incredible team. And I just feel like very compelled in like the whole thing to do with like menstruator health. But I did have a tarot reading. I did have a tarot reading a few months ago. Was it already a few months ago? Like 2 months ago. And the tarot reading said that I was meant to be working something related to like women's studies or like queer theory, sexuality, and I'm like, yes, because I'm super passionate about it right now. I don't know where it's gonna take me, but just like fueling into like this learning, fueling into creating resources for other like young individuals. I'm just like super passionate about that right now. So that is something that I want to continue my learning around. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna turn into, but we will see. Okay, here's some rapid fire updates because I've been yapping for way too long already. But yeah, what other things have been keeping me sane? Time with friends. That was a little bit hard because I have like some of my close friends who I'd love to see like way more than I am right now. They're just like pretty busy. So that was one disappointment of like being off and realizing like I can't just see people all the time. Like even though I have the time, I have the energy, like they don't necessarily do, and we might have to be just scheduling things in advance. But it like reminded me to like catch up and like also reach out to new friends and new connections and make plans with them. And I had like 2 friend dates last week and it was terrific. I had so much fun. It was just like really nice to have like a change in my day. A big challenge of mine like this past month was I got injured and bruised my tailbone pretty badly at the skate park, And yeah, that was one instance of like I was pushing myself to like do something new, get out of my comfort zone a bit, and I was there with like 2 other skaters from my rink, because yeah, it wasn't our normal rink, it was a different park, and I just completely yeah, I've done a little bit of skate park before this, but like yeah, the the ramp that I was trying to go down was definitely more advanced than like anything I'd done before, and I was just trying to ease into it, but I did push myself a bit there, and my butt paid the price for 4 weeks since then, and I still have a bit of pain like when I sit on like the ground, right on the spot. So it's tough. I previously hurt myself like that outside, but I don't think it took me so long, but maybe it did. It was a while ago since I had quite that same kind of tumble, and so yeah, it sucks. It sucks, and it sucked because I couldn't like skate for a while, and I was going a little crazy because I was like, that's my main form of exercise, and I couldn't even exercise like other ways for a while either because I was so stiff, and I couldn't even like sitting down and up hurt so bad, sneezing hurt so bad. Like I didn't realize how much your body moves when you sneeze, but it hurt so bad, and I was like struggling. So those last few weeks were just a little bit rough. And one of my favorite things, I think, when I have more time is to move my body, exercise, go outside, get some fresh air. So I was walking and stuff, but just like losing something like skating, which was a huge like one of my favorite things I do regularly now. Also I've gotten to know like a lot of friends and community there, so just like it was just hard, you know. I was losing social time, I was losing like exercise, and I feel like I was pretty sad actually these last few weeks, and things are looking up. Things are looking up for sure, but I ended up watching the entirety of Roller Jam. I ended up putting my new wheels, dyeing my wheels and putting them onto my skates, which was awesome. And so I tried my best to like still do something fun related to my my love for skating during that time. It's getting a bit sunnier, a little bit nicer outside, so I have just gotten really excited about things I want to film in spring. I love spring. I think it's my favorite season. So I started just thinking about other activities and things. Even when it is like a bit rainy, you have like a tendency to like want to stay inside, but I find my mood is always worse, you know. Like if I go out for a rainy walk, I notice like how like fresh the air seems and like smells like rain, and I end up just feeling so much better than if I just like stay cooped up inside all day. So excited for sunnier days, but also remembering to appreciate the rainy days. Whew. Okay, my friends, that is interview finished. I don't know about that angle. Let's do it. That is my interview done. It was funny, she asked me about like roller skating. She's like, what do you love about roller skating? Because I was like, this is the only time I'm unavailable is like Monday evenings. I've got my class. Oh, it's kind of funny. I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, you know, when you step out to an interview and you're like, yeah, it seemed like it went well. But I'm always like, oh, should I have like said, did I really get my enthusiasm across? Should I have said more about why I really want to work here? Because they didn't actually ask me like why I want to work there. But I did mention I'm interested in education and literacy. It's really important for me. And I think, yeah, because the library is so much more than just books. Like I'm a huge book lover, but like literally there's there's tech support. They have like a whole like tech area now with like Adobe Creative Suite, which I was complaining is way too expensive for me to learn. So like I think also if I'm working like shorter shifts, like basically the shifts are like 4 to 5 hours, like they're not long shifts. So I'm like, I could like work my shift and then I could go and just like work in the library on like, I could do my writing, I could do my editing in like their little studio. Like that'd be so sick. I really like, if I did not get this job, I'm gonna keep applying for like library jobs, guys, because honestly, what an awesome place to work at. I know it's not gonna be like without its challenges, especially being like a public facing role, but I'm just like really wanting to get some experience, see what it's like, see if like I would pursue you know, continue pursuing like a career in library. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in like teens and children services, like to be a librarian in teens and children services maybe would be really awesome. I don't know, we'll see. Honestly, guys, we will see, because I just haven't had experience working in one, so we're hoping for an opportunity. But yeah, I think overall I did what I could do. I've just been jamming all the way home. Can I still play? No. Just like you, it was over. Okay, I'm home now, so that was kind of my morning because it's noon now. Yeah, honestly, I'm just tired now. I have a bit of a stress headache, so I think I'm just gonna like actually just rest for a bit. I'm not hungry yet because I ate a really big breakfast. So yeah, I'm just going to rest, but overall I'm very proud of myself. I was really happy. I ended up just going half an hour early, and that was a huge help because it took me half an hour to get there, and then I had half an hour to like figure out the parking situation and get to the library. I got to like walk around a bit. It is so cute and it's right like next to a cafe, but there's like a hallway in the middle, so it's not like super loud. And I just was like, oh, I love the vibe. Like as soon as I walked in, I was like, it's so cute. I love the vibe here. And yeah, I will have to explore some of the other locations. I think just genuinely, guys, like libraries, like used bookstores, stuff like that, those are just like on my list of like traveling and exploring a little bit more, because it's so awesome, and it's such like a cultural like place as well. I don't know if that's the right word, but like yeah, they even have like a mini little art gallery. They have like a little tech area. And so I got to just like explore a little bit more, and it was so cute. So that was just lots of fun. That was lots of fun, and yeah, just like, you know, even if I don't get the job, like it's just fun to like have another little experience. This is my second like interview at a library now, so I now know how to get to a few more libraries, and how cool. And I guess I'll have to get my own library card for them because I don't have one for this district, so I'd also have to get my library card if I go there. I think like sometimes when I want to de-stress, or I'm just a little stressed about something, I feel like I need sleep, but sometimes it's more about kind of just like calming down my nervous system. because I'll try to go to sleep and then I can't really sleep anyway. And so yeah, right now I decided to just have some lunch and just kind of chill out for a bit. I'm gonna watch some YouTube, and then I'm gonna try book a doctor appointment, and I'm going to, which that's stressful too. And then I'm going to just write a bit, and then in a few hours in this evening I have a skate class, so that'll be a good fun de-stress activity as well. We got some Clear Mind kombucha, that's really yummy, and some really yummy soup as well that my mama made.